Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Woo! Today was a productive day. Now, I am thinking about just kind of talking about day. I do feel like I should tell you guys a story. So, sit down. Okay. So once upon a time, yeah, it's gonna be one of those stories. Once upon a time, there was a boy, and he didn't know what to do with his life exactly. From the moment he was born, he wanted to do and become all sorts of things, but he didn't know exactly what to do or what he wanted to do with it. He had talents like none other as he grew up. He didn't even know how unrealistic it was that he grew up with all of these talents. But as the days grew older and his knowledge grew stronger, he then realized something. He realized how he was growing up too fast. What was happening in his normal home was that he had sisters. And his sisters, he wouldn't fight with his sisters. No, but his sisters, they grew jealous of him. They grew envious of him. They strove to try to make their parents proud as much as he did. Because, you see, his parents thought of all their other children as nothing but just ordinary children. But this kid, this boy, they believed was a gift from God. They didn't know how to take that information or how to feel about that belief, but they took it gracefully. As the sisters realized how their parents viewed their brother, they would continue to try to do anything in their power to make their parents proud. Till one day, they came up with an idea. They thought that the only way to make their parents proud was to get rid of the brother. Once and for all. Of course, they wouldn't want to resort to violence as first resort. They wanted to do that as a last resort. So they tried to do many things. They tried to get him to move out, or tried to anger him. Tried to get him to have an interest in boarding school for many, many reasons. They tried to make him seem like, oh, you're smart, why don't you just go to boarding school? You don't need to live here. But he stayed. And he didn't stay just because he wanted to. He stayed for his family. And then with this family, his parents were the only ones who were trying to keep him there. His parents were the only ones who would actually accept him. Because you see, the sisters didn't know this, but back at school, because he's smarter, he's literally like a 7-year-old in like 7th grade. Like he skipped so many grades. He is impeccably smart. He's gifted. And yet some people think that gifted people are monsters and are unspecial, or whatever the opposite of special is, and insignificant. The sisters then realized that there would probably be nothing that they could do to keep their brother away from their parents, to ruin their parents' grace. So then the sisters hired someone to kidnap their brother. Now you see, the night that it happened, he didn't fight back. He went willingly. And as time grew, as times were going over and over again, as he was away, I mean, his parents were absolutely worried. They were too concerned over his disappearance to even focus on matters like their sister, like their daughters growing and trying to achieve their achievements, trying to make them proud, trying to make them thrive. They didn't focus on any of that. They focused on their son. And as days grew older, days grew, years went by, weeks went by, months went by, decades went by. Okay, maybe not decades, but you know what I mean. And then basically, after time, the sisters were like, hey, you can just let him go now. And then they were like, oh, I let him go years ago. So the sisters were panicking. And then they were like, well, where did he go then? And then this is what they said. He told them that he gave him a note and to send it, or to not send it, to tell it to his sisters if they ever contact him. You don't want him, as the kidnapper or whatever you want to call him, to contact the sisters themselves. You wanted the sisters to contact the kidnapper and be like, hey, how's he doing? And stuff like that. Also, this is Paul. So, yeah, that's what happened. And the note read aloud, Dear sisters, I miss you, I love you, but please understand that none of this will ever be your fault. Please tell mom and dad that I love them dearly. It is time for me to move on to this life. After the sisters hung up on the phone, they were absolutely flabbergasted. They were like searching the web, searching up his social security number and all that, and being like, where the hey is he? And that night they went to sleep, and in their dreams they saw. They hugged, they cried, and it's right before they woke up, he said, I'll see you in heaven. Anyways, how did you like my story? I really hope you enjoyed it. That was actually one of my stories I made at the top of my head. It wasn't even planned. It wasn't scripted or anything. I promise. Bro, I'm not that skilled. Anyways. Whew. It is currently 8:34. I really hope you had a good time. And I'll see you next time. Bye!